What's happening, everybody? It's your girl, Diamond ATL, kicking it with the homie, Aaron Wiles Out TV.
Yes. What's up, y'all? Surprise! It's Ondario from Chasing Reality, and you're watching Aaron Wiles Out TV.
Period. Hello, everybody. This is your boy Rico with a K. Go ahead and pay attention to Aaron Wiles Out TV.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, period.
That's
Aaron
what a
Wiles
bad
Out
bitches
TV. Subscribe,
are.
like, follow in this bitch, Boss Baby Woods.
Period. Over and out, motherfuckers.
Hey, everybody. It's Milan from the Come Up Atlanta. Tune in to Aaron Wiles Out TV on YouTube and subscribe right now.
Period.
And listen, we only rock with Aaron Wiles Out TV.
Period.
What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Mulatto Chabelle, and we are here at the Boss Babe Awards. And we're on Aaron Wiles Out TV. Make sure you guys stay tuned.
And subscribe.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, what you about to say? Subscribe. Push
Like,
that like
comments.
button. I was about to push that like button. Go ahead and drop that comment and subscribe to this channel. You know what I'm
Period.
saying? Because this is where you're going to catch all this.
Period.
I thought something happened over there. Bye, guys.
Trendy news. Trendy news. Trendy news. It is trendy news. Trendy news. Trendy news. Trendy news. It is trendy news. Now Aaron. Trendy news. Trendy news. Trendy news. It is trendy news. Speak on it. Trendy news. Trendy news. Trendy news. It is trendy news.
What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? Girl, what can I say? What can I say? First of all, so what had happened was, you know, when somebody said what had happened was, is a doozy, okay? Okay. What had happened was, child, I don't have a correct excuse, so I gotta conjure up one. But just know that the girl was literally like out like a light, girl. So shout out to BK, shout out to Perp for waking a grizzly bear up. Shout out to y'all. I did not forget that I had a life. I did not forget. But I just didn't put my alarm on. So, yeah. I didn't put my alarm on, y'all. Like, when I tell y'all, as soon as I got home from work, I went straight to editing another video because I was still editing videos. So I had this much window to finish editing this particular video and get a little bit of like, you know, Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, to get some Z's, like little, I had this much of time to get some Z's in, okay? So, listen, charge to the game, not my heart. So, my only fault is, I ain't put an alarm on it, okay? So, yeah. But shout out to Perp, shout out to BK, shout out to Perp for waking a grizzly bear up. But guys, we're gonna see what we're gonna be talking about. Yes, we have the girl. We have Z in the building.
Hey.
We have Z in the building. And in this particular video, we're going to be discussing Kehlani.
Oh
We're gonna be
Jesus, that one.
discussing. Yeah, we're gonna be definitely discussing Kehlani and the whole back and forth with. Well, it's not really a back and forth. It's basically like Kehlani did an interview with the morning. I think it's the Morning Hustle show,
Yeah.
and which that it stars L'Oreal and Headkrack. You know, L'Oreal and Headkrack is like the main people on that Morning Hustle. Kehlani did an interview with them, and basically Kehlani, pretty much through the interview, was very much standoffish, very cold, very like one word answer type shit. You can just tell that she wasn't feeling the interview for whatever reason. We don't know why.
She
But
very much gave me PTSD. You know what I'm saying?
yes, very, very much PSD. Like I don't like it's crazy. Oh, for the people that saying that I'm still going live 2:15. Yes, I am still going live after this. That is definitely the plan. Um yeah, it was definitely given like she just didn't want to be bothered and ask questions at that time for whatever reason.
Can
So
I just say this?
uh-huh.
That's trash. Like, let me tell y'all something. We when you actually dedicate yourself, when you sit up there and book somebody for an interview, and then you sit there and you research, you take your time, you get your questions and shit together, and then they come play in your face. Like, that is the most disrespectful thing, honestly, you can do when it comes to somebody who literally legitly interviews. And and, and it's so frustrating and it's so annoying because one, we have a job to do. You know, our audience is sitting here waiting to hear what this person has to say. You know what I'm saying? And we sitting here and they giving the dry version, like, these are your fans. These are your fans. They tuned in, mama, to hear what you got to say. They sitting in here trying to support you, baby. And then you show up all extra dry and shit and don't want to talk. You got an attitude. You sitting there mumbling shit. Like, you fucked yourself up. Like, don't you got an album that you wanna that you trying to promote? Don't you got some shit? Like, Kehlani is not no damn Nicki Minaj. She ain't no Megan. She damn sure ain't no Beyonce or no Cardi. You can't have a project um you can't have a project that's coming out and you go in, you can't afford this shit. They come in and be in dry. Beyonce drops some shit, no promotion, no nothing, and you know that shit still go number one. Your
Yeah.
ass came in there dry as some damn cornbread that ain't got no, you know, none of the lovings in it. And you thought that shit was cool, and then you want to go ahead and put up like this long ass Instagram post, and I'm not doing no interviews. Bitch, we don't know you.
Yeah,
I
and it's so
couldn't
crazy
tell
that
you
she
want
came
Kehlani
there
song.
early. She came there early. It was said that she came there early before the interview started, and you still had an attitude. Like how you show up early than your interview, but get an attitude and have an attitude. Like and be standoffish. They said that that lady was standoffish when the interview started. Because that lady did not like say hello to anybody. Did not say hello, good morning, nothing. She literally was cold the entire way through. So is
I,
I don't
I,
like mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm interviewing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like they didn't like she was cold when she got there. So she didn't come to have a conversation. You know, she really didn't want to be bothered by that radio station.
And I'm
So
seeing people saying they saying L'Oreal and then was on some shit. And see, this is my thing. You as a manager, when I book my clients, I do my research on the platform that I'm going in. And when I book them, I have a conversation with whoever it is, and I let them know what questions are acceptable and what questions are not acceptable. And that conversation is had prior to my clients going in. Then when I have a conversation with my client, like, this is the platform you're going on, like, we're gonna do prep on that side too. And then she came in early. Now I'm looking at both sides. I'm looking at her, like, I could see her, like, you know what I'm saying, getting annoyed, like, from certain questions. But when she started the interview, her energy was already low starting the energy. So I can't say it was 100% them, because from the gate, she was like, I don't want to be here, so I'm some fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? And then they saying the misgendering of the pronouns. I watched several interviews where she said that it was okay if she was addressed as she. She said she ain't got no problem being addressed as she.
Yeah.
She said
Well,
that. So if you had a problem and you didn't want to be addressed in a certain way, then why was it okay? And why was you saying it was okay? Like,
yeah. So we're gonna play the video. We're gonna play the video, y'all, that I have right now. I'm not gonna put it up because it's somebody else's video, and I don't want to get flagged for somebody else's shit. So
now we're gonna get in who's capping. Who's capping us? Who's been lying to us? Who's been spinning us? Who's been BSing us? Or who been BSing y'all? Now on Thursday we did an interview. We did a couple interviews Thursday, but the first one kicked off with Kehlani. Now Kehlani came in the building, and we're just gonna make it real for everything that happened. Shout out to Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked, because he was one of the people too that posted this up and back to the morning hustle after things were being said. Big up. Now, basically, what happened was Kehlani put out an interview, and she looked very upset in the interview, arms folded, arms crossed, whatever the case, whatever have you. Now, she decided to take to social media after this interview came out, and I'm gonna tell you our side. She basically said, I see this interview was still released. I've been advised to speak. I was going to remain quiet. Every other recent interview has been bubbly, warm, informative, and open from start to finish. This interview was cringy, a lot of mockery, and then we can get into it now. Now we're going to get into who's capping to invasive. We're talking about your music at the end of the day. And we did not have to open our platform up to you at all, whatsoever. So from now on, if there's an artist that has a problem with answering questions, do not come to the Morning Hustle show, or please get media training before you come in order to answer the questions that are difficult to you. If there's a question you do not want to answer as a grown-up, you say, I do not want to answer that, and you move on. If somebody addresses you by the wrong thing, you correct them and you move on. But to sit there and have your arms folded and pout with an attitude and tell your fans to stay out my DM. Because at the end of the day, you're the one that's wrong, sis. Is it Uchi Wally, or is it one Mike? Is it Black Girl Lost, or Shorty owe you for ice? We called you what you wanted to be called. We respected you. So moving on, don't come to the Morning Hustle show if you don't want to talk and be open about your album, your questions, whatever they get too invasive. We're talking, Kehlani first came in, her team came in about an hour and a half early before our scheduled interview. This is a syndicated morning show. We cannot stop the show in order to do an interview for you because you came early, right? First and foremost. You walk in the door, even though we still did do your interview a little earlier. You walk in the door, you did not speak to anybody in the room. Am I wrong or am I right?
No, she was a little cold and distant coming in.
She came in cold and distant, nasty, sat in her chair and folded her arms. Now, as professionals we are, we continue to go on. We're very familiar with the fact that she goes by certain pronouns, and we know this because we listened to Sway's interview. Kehlani first came in, her team came in about an hour and a half early before.
So,
All right, welcome to the Morning Hustle.
So, guys, already right there, she came into the radio station an hour early, and the thing is, they're not gonna stop what they was doing for her. So maybe she felt like they should have stopped what they was doing and assisted her or interview her. But they have a whole show on. They have a whole show to do. So they wasn't going to stop what they was doing just to interview her. So maybe
I'm
D?
sorry. And I can even play devil's advocate a little bit. Maybe it was a situation of where she felt, well, she had the impression that, if she went, she would be able to, get on early because, of a time conflict or whatever. I can see that, like, oh my God, I'm here early. Let me see if I can go ahead and slide, if I can go ahead and get this done early so I can, free up some time, or I could do this or I could do that. I could even play devil's advocate, or I could even see her management team like, yeah, your interview is at 9, but we're here early. It's like 7:30, 8 o'clock. Let's go ahead and just go. Like I could even play that. But um I think it was Big Cass and stuff. Everybody are making good points, you know what I'm saying?
Let me
In the
see.
chat. And it's
Asking if she's scissoring is not talking about her music. That's nobody's business.
okay, so let me play devil's advocate a little bit. You're absolutely right. It's not her business. However, when you do it, okay, I'll take last night's interview that we did on the panel, for example. Sorry, I try not to, do that. But when an individual comes on a platform, as fans, y'all want to know certain things. As interviewers, we want to know certain things. So yeah, you're there to promote your show, but this is stuff that's going on behind the scenes. So let me work in the juicy questions along with the promo questions. You know what I'm saying? You know, last night everybody wanted to know, like, how did you feel, when KSB called the cast boring? So I asked that question. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
wasn't about him. That wasn't about Jamal, but everybody, that was one of the questions that everybody wanted to know. So I asked, we was on the come up. Well, wait. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. But some okay. Say it wasn't. Say he wasn't EP, and say if somebody wanted to know, like, oh, are you in KSB screwing? Is that what the issue is? That has nothing to do with one thing, but that's one of the things that's burning behind the scenes. So I have to act. You know what I'm saying? Those things.
Yeah.
But you have a fucking manager who is supposed to reach out to the platforms to say these are the questions that we will not be asking. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because we forget that, like, in our quest to get the tea, and our quest to be the first person to to get the answers, we forget that there are people, but you have a team in place to say, we ain't talking about this, that, and the third. We up here talking about this one. So,
Yeah.
baby, you gonna have to figure it out. You gonna have to figure out how to make your interview popping without trying to without getting the tea. And that becomes the job of the interviewer to go back to do some research so it can be popping without being disrespectful. It's
But
your
I
team
don't.
at the end of the
But,
day.
yeah, but to be honest, is that, like, I don't think was that the first question? Was that the first question that they asked her? Because I don't think like her scissoring scissor was like the first question. I don't know because I haven't listened to the interview.
I was told once I read it and once I heard the radio station, and then I'm also looking in the comments. What she said was it was the pronouns for her. She said that they were mocking her. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of the right words, y'all. They said they was mocking her because she said they are in the building, and she goes by the name of Kehlani. That is what she said.
Wait, do y'all feel like that was mocking her,
I don't
or
think it
that
was
was
mocking her.
respecting her? Because I feel like, you know what? No shade, no shade. They are gonna mess up because it's basically changing how the sentence is structured. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like saying she, like, you know, she is here today to talk about her. No, you got to take that she out and put they. You know, fucking they is not, you know, they are here, you know, and they are Kehlani. Like, what?
I
Bro,
struggle with
it's the
it.
whole sentence structure, and the fact is people got to take out words, take out adjectives, or now and put in another word. It's, you have to give some people some grace. You know what I'm saying? Just like how she gave Sway grace, the fact is you didn't give these people grace, and I don't feel like Headkrack did anything wrong. I don't feel like he was mocking her. I don't feel that. I just feel that she probably thought something of Headkrack that he's usually playing people's face or something, and I feel like she just assumed that he would. So I feel like anything he could have said would have been taken wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like what he said was so terrible to basically come there. First of all, you literally came there and didn't say anything to anybody. So you already had this bad energy coming in. So you would have been offended by anything anybody say to you. Because you already came into the building with an attitude, standoffish and very, very freaking cold. So I don't, whatever any of them would have said, she would have got pissed off and basically wouldn't have gave them a proper interview. That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to I'm trying to find like the right verbiage real quick, y'all, so I can make sure that I said it right. But I remember, what the heck? A lot of it was like that, the intro. Like he said, the intro was mocking. And I have such a hard time. Like, this is what I do when it comes to like the pronouns and stuff, because I am one of those people, like, it's hard for me to say like they, them, it. Like, we've always talked about like when I was growing up, I've always was taught to it was disrespectful to call somebody like him or it or they, or so we was always taught to Mr. Mrs. and their names. So for me, I always say, instead of, I would say them, they, Kehlani. Oh, she is here, this is Kehlani. So I struggle with them. So I always like try to call their names um before like I say anything. That way I don't mess up the pronouns. And I ask questions. Like I always ask, like, do you prefer to go by this? Do you prefer to go by that? Like I try to ask, and like I practice it and rehearse it in my head. So like when I go into an interview, I'll call them the correct pronouns. Like I know well, you'll see coming up. I don't want to spoil it, but I always ask so I can, get those pronouns right. And then when it's like non-binary, like I try to just call their names because it's so unnatural for to say, oh, like say if it's me and you, Aaron, I'm interviewing him, you saying, oh, them is in the building, they is in the building. Oh, I'll be like, what I'm saying, Aaron Wiles out is in the building. That's what I don't mess it up. Like that's what I try to do. I try my hardest just to say the name so I won't mess up.
Yeah, like I said, you have to intentionally try to fix your errors when it comes to pronouns. It's not that much of a struggle. It's more respectable if you're intentionally trying to correct yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I just judging by what he said, and the fact is, you didn't correct him. Like you didn't even like. If you felt some type of way, because I don't know, I don't feel like he know if he did anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like. I think if Kehlani would have schooled him on it and actually told him that I'm just gonna be 100 with you, I felt like that first intro was mockery in a way. and I didn't really like it. And I felt like if she would have expressed that in the beginning, I think Headkrack would have definitely changed his tune and basically gave her a proper introduction. Because I felt, and I bet in his mind he felt like he was respecting her pronouns because he said that he did the research. They all did the research to actually respect her pronouns because we live in a day and age. If you don't respect people's pronoun, you're basically the fucking devil. You're basically, the scum of the earth because you're not respecting people's, choice of verbiage or shit like that. I don't know. Like you're not respecting them as a person if you don't get like, listen, I choose to be like if you're a guy, but you choose to be to go by her, they, or it.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But we all have a right to be addressed the way we want to be addressed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely. But I feel like
I think
like
the problem is
person.
the problem is the back and forth. If I come on if I go on Sway, right, and say, if I go on Sway and say, yeah, I go by both, you know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal to me. You know what I'm saying? I know it's difficult. Like, if I go on there with that attitude, right, and you are interviewing me next, because we all, sometimes as interviewers, we all look at, shows that, the artist cast that they're doing so we can, piggyback on questions or things like that, or something we might miss in ours. But if I'm going on and I say, yeah, it's cool. Like I get it. Yeah, it's about she and them and they, And so when I get to you and you go, she is in the building, and I get an attitude, you're gonna be off putting because you're like, I did the research, you know what I'm saying? I called her, she says she's okay with being she, I don't see what the issue is. The only other thing I can think of that could have been the problem is when Sway called her she, it was in the middle of asking her a question and it was a slip up and was not how she was introduced. That's who I could see her having an issue with is, how it started and how it came out. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, if Sway would have been like, yeah, she's in the building, you know what I'm saying? She got a new album coming out and, they is here. I can see I can see kind of what she's talking about. But that's how Headkrack and L'Oreal do over there. So it's like I said, you have to one, and I'm not giving them a pass because they're interviewers. What I'm saying is to all artists, you have to have a conversation with your damn team because your team needs to understand what is disrespect. They need to understand the platforms they're going on, and they also it's their job to protect you. Your manager's job is to protect you. Like I dead ass have when it comes to certain clients, I dead ass have a list of questions that we're not going to talk about. So that's where y'all hear me say it all the time. That's where your team is because we expect certain people to know better. These platforms, all they know is they gonna try to get the tea. They trying to get the tea. They try to be the first one with the tea. They trying to ask that question. That's how they go attack every situation. Your manager should have already said, we finna show you how to rip, nah, we ain't going there, son. So
yeah.
So
closing out because guys, we have another topic we need to discuss. But just final thoughts. Just like D said, I would have to agree with D, is your team have to basically explain to you what platform you're going on. So so nothing is out of the ordinary, so you don't feel like they're trying to play in your face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I really believe that Headkrack did his research. He's a funny guy. You know, Headkrack is a comedian, but I don't think he tried to play in her face with that. So I felt like this was your opportunity, Kehlani, to basically school the kids and actually have a conversation, have a dialogue. That would have been a part of the interview, in my opinion. And it would have been a lesson learned for Headkrack in the morning hustle to respect people's pronouns. And I think it would have been a teachable moment if she would have like gone in that direction. But you know, it is what it is. Just all parties involved, be respectful. Kehlani, when you come up to a radio station, even if it's early, still say hi. You know, still be respectable because you want to be asked back to the radio station. You need to have relationships as an artist. You need to have relationships with all radio
bloggers. You just said it, and I need to double down on this.
Go for it.
Because we're seeing in our world, we're seeing the results. You cannot piss off the bloggers. You cannot piss off these radio hosts. You cannot piss off the people who push your content. You cannot piss these people off because you're going to end up on a dead island called Neverland, and you're going to be trying to figure out how to bring yourself back to the surface. And in this situation, it was 3 people at fault. And I will say this, it was Kehlani herself, it was her manager, and it was the fault of the radio station, because I can see where that first introduction, they is in the building, I can see how that can further piss her off. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And like I said, when Sway did it, they were talking, and then he tried to fix it. And I think he was doing it I can't say he was being malicious with it. I think at that point they were trying to figure out how to change the energy. I think, it was one of those things, they was in the building, like it was a play on pronouns. Now I'm playing in your face with the pronouns, mm-hmm. But like I play on words. Like it was so much that went wrong with that interview. It was 3 people at fault. Well, all of them at fault. The manager, Kehlani, and the host. I'll just say that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was our final thoughts, you guys. Shout out to everybody involved. I want y'all to please like, comment, and subscribe. We will be back. We're gonna be going live as soon as I cut off this. We're gonna be going back live. So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Literally, subscribe to D's channel at D Rashawn, and follow her on IG. Blue Farm. Everything will be in the description below. Okay, will be in the description below, so don't worry about that, because I literally had to keep doing shit. So let me get off this, y'all, and I'll come back, okay?
All right, y'all, we'll be back.
G, push the thing. I'll send it to you, okay, boo?
Okay.
All right. Later, you guys. We'll be back. Mwah, mwah, mwah.